At Logpoint, we have a very simple yet powerful vision, that is detect, manage, and respond. We work with organizations to maintain their security posture with clarity, control, and speed. As a European vendor, we put compliance and trust of everything that we do. We adhere to European legislation, aligning with GDPR and French to ruling. We have cybersecurity made in Europe level. We are EL3 certified, and we have SOC 2 Type 2 attestation. So what does this mean for you? It means that when you work with Logpoint, you can be totally confident that your data is secure and you are in full control over your data. So talking about Logpoint evolution, we have 300 plus employees worldwide, 150 in Nepal alone, spanning across multiple different departments. We started in Nepal in around 2008, and we expanded to multiple European regions over time. We expanded to multiple products from Logpoint SIM to EDR, NDR, SOAR, UVA, aligning with all the components of SOC visibility triad. We have a total of 800 plus customers worldwide, and we have 15 customers here in Nepal as well. So let's talk about the required shift in cybersecurity. Why there is a need for shift in how we do cybersecurity traditionally. It's about digital sovereignty. So with new rules in NIS2, DORA, GDPR, CRA, organizations are required to have full visibility and control over their infrastructure and data. You can't outsource trust anymore. That's not possible now. So compliance traditionally is like filling up check boxes. It's about providing an audit trail once a year. That has also moved. It's more about real-time risk management now. Boards and regulators doesn't want these check boxes at this moment. They want to make sure, they want proof that you are in control of your data and you are in control of your infrastructure. So fragmentation, another challenge is fragmentation. Organizations have infrastructure across OT, IT, and cloud environments across multiple vendors. So now security teams spend most of their time stitching these data together. So they have to actually spend time to respond to threats, but they are not doing that. So another problem is we have big threats in market, but we have small teams. And advanced attackers aren't just focused on big enterprises. They are focused on attacking small and medium scale organizations too. So that's a big concern. So it is here Logpoint as a unified SecOps platform come into play. We have centralized operation that gives you visibility into your IT, OT, and cloud environments. We have a threat detection which is powered by advanced analytics, UVA, and behavioral cues. We have incident investigation and case management so that your security teams can work collaboratively and efficiently. We have automated response to automated mundane tasks and contains the threat immediately and quickly. We have compliance and reporting that will provide you enough confidence and proof that you are not doing regular check boxes rather than you are mitigating threats in real time. So this is Logpoint SecOps platform. I won't go much into the deep of how Logpoint works today, but Logpoint is made by bearing in mind that it's scalable, it's transparent, and it's aligned to real world SOC workflow. So at the center is Logpoint SIM. Logpoint SIM, along with all other products that we have, is built on top of Ubuntu, and we use multiple open source tools to run our products smoothly and securely. So far I have talked about how Logpoint actually protect other organizations, but we need to make sure that all our product is inherently secure as well. To talk more about that, how we do that, we have Suresh Pantha. He is SecOps engineer here at Logpoint. He will talk. Thank you.
Okay. Now let's get into the open source part of it, right? At the heart of everything in Logpoint is the SIM. SIM powers everything. And our typical SIM setup is built on top of Ubuntu. So we use Ubuntu native tools to scale, to protect ourselves. We use a lot of it for product security as well. What does that mean? That means what you would consider traditionally as OS hardening. So that means you get your network to be locked down, allow specific ports to open, you audit your files so that the promises match up, you apply the latest patch so no active CVs are there. But is that enough? Let's all think about it. If you have made software, you have made a buggy one, because bugs are inherent to code. And the security price of a bug is very high, because if a small misconfiguration allows the attacker any access, then they will act as the application. And can that application be trusted is the question. So let's say someone gets into an app, exploits something, they get the user through which everything is done. In that case, then it's game over. Basically, because the traditional security model is about user. So root user gets everything, web application specific user will get all access to web application related data, and that is simply not enough. So we wanted something which was very easy to use, which relied on policies rather than a specific user or identity, and we wanted something that was very easy to scale up so that everyone could do it. And so that this will not happen. If anything gets exploited, we could get the boundary to be very small. And that is where we ran into mandatory access control, and that is where my love for AppArmor started. So what AppArmor allowed us to do is to create policies so that user is no longer the security boundary, and it's the process, it's the binary that you run. And you can confine what it has access to and what it does not. So in the traditional sense, you relied on user accounts and its identity. But now you could say X application should have this much access and nothing more, which is a term that you all are familiar with. It gives us the ability to confine applications with the least amount of privilege possible. How it's more powerful because this is not a user space thing, right? It's controlled, it's maintained by the kernel itself, and AppArmor is hooked into the kernel. So what that means is I can trust the kernel and block everything in the kernel level. What that allows us to do is essentially trust it. So in the traditional sense, a file opening would be, okay, do you have access to the file based on the permissions and the user? Now it's not that. Does the policy allow you to access the file is the question. And if it's not, then that's an atomic operation. It's blocked right there and right then. So it's basically your traditional access control stack and a superpower on top of it which powers everything. In Logpoint, we like to think of it as three things: actor, action, and target. So your application is now the actor. The action is, it might want to read something, it might want to write something, it might want to execute something. It might want to read the memory, it might want to access a socket, anything. And as in Linux, everything is a file at the end of the day. The target is a file. So, let me go back. What this allows us to do is confine applications, and we can do this at scale. Let's say you built something to print your name using Winza because you're like that. But in the right payload, there is a command execution. Now how is it easy in AppArmor is, I can just put AppArmor in complaint mode, I can just use a utility, I can use the program as I would normally. I would open the program, I would do X, Y, and Z, whatever you want the program to do. So this is a simple program, so I just run the thing that you used to, like it's just printing text at the end of the day. And now, when I have done this, I can audit the logs and see what the program is actually doing and allow the things that it needs to do and disallow the things that it does not need to do. For example, should it have access to its own binary? Maybe yes. Should it have access to those files? Maybe yes, right? I know that because I built the program and I know what it should do. Now when I apply this program and paste the same payload, I have permission but I'm blocked. So even if the applications we build have vulnerability in themselves, nothing can be done by the attacker because you're essentially confining it with the process. So my 10 minutes that I got is to only show you that AppArmor are very easy to make. So when you're building any applications, I would request you to see the context it's running, and if you're running it on Ubuntu, build an AppArmor for it. Thank you.